Guys, please confirm to me. All of you are getting my voice on screen. Those who are attending in online. Guys, please confirm to me, guys. All of you are getting my voice on screen. Those who are attending in online. Right, sir. And check it clearly. In the last class, I think so. We are discussing about which topic we are discussing there in the last session. I think so. Differences between Python and others. In the differences we completed, like right, sir. Almost the fourth difference we are discussing there. The fourth difference, what we are understanding now, C and C++ are platform-dependent programming languages, but Java and Python are platform-independent programming languages. Right. So then immediately I given some information to you regarding this platform-dependent programming languages part we discussed there. What exactly the content here I discussed about this point here. If any programming language allows its applications to perform compilation and execution on the same operating system, then that programming language is called as which one? Platform dependent programming language. This is what exactly the meaning of like which one? No? Platform dependent programming language. That's okay, fine. Similarly, what exactly the meaning of platform independent programming languages now? And before that, already I shown one diagram there. I prepared one diagram. Here is platform dependent nature. Just observe this clearly. If you understand this, first of all, we have taken C program. We compiled the C program on Windows operating system. We are getting .exe file. What is the nature of the .exe file? .exe file contains directly executable code, and it is having Windows representations. Why only Windows representations? No, it is having compilation. Its compilation is performed on Windows operating system. That's why we are getting like which one? .exe file. Whenever we are getting this .exe file, yes, we are going to execute that. But this .exe file is having Windows representations. But my C engine, my execution is available on Linux actually. But Windows representations are not working on Linux. So because of that reason, what we have to do there? So we have to change operating system at runtime. In place of this, Linux operating system, we have to provide like Windows operating system, guys. Guys, just wait 1 minute after. Right, sir. Now, after this clearly, What exactly the point here I'm telling to you? .exe file is having Windows representations, but initially my C engine is available on Linux. Windows representations are not working on which one? Linux operating system. That's why we are unable to execute our program. But if you want to execute our program, here what we have to do, no? We need to change that operating system at runtime. We have to remove this Linux. In place of this Linux, we have to provide which one? No? Windows. In place of Linux, we have to provide which one? Windows. Finally, then whenever we are getting that Windows there, so here also we are providing Windows representations. Here we are having Windows. Finally, here we are getting output from which one? Of execution process. Program will be executed. This is platform dependent in general. Right, sir. Good. Now, in the case of this conclusion here, what I am telling there, conclusion is like which one here? We are unable to execute the same program on multiple operating systems. We are unable to execute same program on multiple operating systems. That's the reason here. That's why C and C++ are like which one? Platform dependent programming languages. We are unable to execute same program on multiple operating systems. Right, sir. This compilation might be one time I want to perform, but execution I want to perform on multiple operating systems. So here we are getting some problem. That's why it is called as like which one? Platform dependent. Right, so now coming to the point, what exactly the meaning of platform independent programming language? What is the meaning of platform independent programming language? If we come for this platform independent programming language, answer is very clear. Try to understand this. If any programming language allows, its applications to perform compilation is on one operating system and execution is on another operating system. If any programming language allows its applications to perform compilation is on one operating system and execution is on another operating system, then that programming language is called as platform independent programming language. This is the meaning of like which one? Platform independent programming language. If any programming language allows its applications to perform compilation is on one operating system and execution is on another operating system, then that programming language is called as which one? Platform independent programming language. Right, sir. That's okay. Good. This is the meaning of like which one? Platform independent programming language. Next one is after completion of this, what are the examples for this platform independent programming language? Java. Then what next one? Python. These two are platform independent programming languages. Right, so at first attempt we are going to see how Java is a platform independent. After that we will think how Python is platform independent. Both we are going to understand individually. Right, so now I will take one separate example for platform independent. After this clearly. Right, sir. Say for example, this is like which one here? Java program. Java file. Yes, we need to perform compilation. For compilation, I want to use one operating system, but later I will confirm which operating system I'm going to use. When we perform compilation in the case of Java, we are able to get a dot class of file. When we perform this compilation in Java, we have to get a dot class file. Right, sir. Guys, and please check it. All of you are getting my voice and screen. Is all of you confirm to me? All of you are getting my voice and screen. Yes. Guys, now all of you are getting it right. Right, sir. Right. That's fine. Next one is then what I am giving clarity there after completion of this. Dot class file here we are getting as per the platform independent programming language nature. Platform independent programming language nature. One time we compiled our program in one operating system, but multiple times we want to run the same program. How you are able to run multiple times the same program here? Just we can observe this clearly. We will perform this is one time execution. One time execution. When we execute this, we are able to get some output also. Output also here we are able to get. That will be like which one? That's good. This is like which one here? One time execution here we are performing. Here also we will require one operating system. Later we will decide which operating system it is. Right, sir. Like this. Right, sir. Multiple times here we provided some execution. Now we want to confirm these operating systems. For compilation, for example, I want to use Windows. For execution, I want to use maybe Linux. Second time execution purpose, I will go for like which one can know Unix. Next time purpose might be I may go for like which one can know Mac. And another time I may go for like which one can again Windows maybe. I'm able to use that Windows operating system here we are able to provide. Right, sir. It's very clear. Different operating systems we have used there. As per the definition, one time we compile on Windows, dot class file here we are getting. We can run this dot class on all the operating systems if it is possible. If it is going on, and definitely Java is like which one? Platform independent programming language. If it is the case, no, obviously we can think of it. Java is like which one? You know, platform independent programming language, not more than that. That's all. Understand, yes. What I'm telling to you clearly. Next one is after that, what I'm giving clarity there after completion of this point here. Now, what we are able to do now. First of all, let me check how much it is possible in the case of Java. When we compare our Java file, here we are able to get dot class file. Whenever we are getting dot class file, what is the nature of this dot class file actually? We want to understand it. What exactly the nature of this dot class file? Nature of the dot class file is dot class file contains bytecode. Dot class files contains bytecode. What is this bytecode actually? It is not directly executable code. It is an intermediate code. It is not directly executable code. It is an intermediate code. Okay. Once it is an intermediate code, it's not directly executable code. And other point is like which one? It is not having, or it is not representing any operating system representations, including, it is not having any operating system representations, including, like which one here? Including Windows representations. That's it. This is what exactly the meaning of like which one, you know, dot class file. Dot class file is representing like which one? Dot class file contains bytecode. It is not directly executable code. It is an intermediate code, and it is not representing any operating system representations, including Windows representations. Good. Leave this one. This is a total, an intermediate code, a natural bytecode, not having any operating system representations. But the point is which one? If you want to run this bytecode on Linux or Unix or Mac or Windows, this bytecode must have the respective operating system representations. This bytecode must have the respective operating system representations. This dot class file, this bytecode, if you want to run on Linux, no, bytecode must have Linux representations. If you want to run this bytecode on Unix, no, Unix representations are required. If you want to run this bytecode on Mac, Mac representations will be required. If you want to run this bytecode on Windows, Windows representations can be required. Yes, all of you understand this clearly, what I'm telling you clearly. So these many representations are required internally. So we are unable to run this program directly. Exactly in this particular situation, to make Java as a platform independent programming language, and to run Java program on multiple operating systems, Sun Microsystems has provided some converters. Sun Microsystems has provided some converters, or maybe some translators are provided by Sun Microsystems. Here the translators can be able to provide. Right, sir. All these are like which one here? Converters are provided by Sun Microsystems. Think of it, what is the purpose of this particular converter? Here we are going to use one converter or translator converter. It able to convert neutral bytecode into Linux operating system representations. Similarly, here we are having another converter. This is another converter. Then what is the job of this converter actually? It able to convert neutral bytecode into Unix representations. Then after that we will execute that Unix code, then we are able to get output. Similarly, what is the job of this converter? This converter is able to convert neutral bytecode into local operating system representations. That is like which one? Mac representations. Here also we are using another converter. It able to convert bytecode from neutral representation to Windows representations. Then only we are able to run it. Good, sir. That's fine. Finally, these converters are provided. These converters are simplifying our execution part, converting the neutral bytecode into local operating system representations. Finally, it will be executed and we are getting some outputs. But here the question is, how Sun Microsystems has provided these converters? That's my question. How Sun Microsystems has provided these converters? That's the question here. Right, sir. Now, for this question, I'm giving answer clearly. Understand this point now. Sun Microsystems has provided all these converters along with execution in a single machine. Sun Microsystems has provided all these conversions along with a single machine. Right, so that means conversion and as well as which one? Execution, both are provided in a single machine. Both conversion as well as execution, both are provided in a single machine. This single machine is called as JVM, Java Virtual Machine. JVM. Right, sir. Similarly, in the case of Python, which one is available then? Here in case of Java, I'm talking about JVM, but in the case of Python, what we are having here, no? Come on, guys, answer for my question there. In the case of Python, what we are having here, no? PVM is available. That is, PVM is which one there, no? Python Virtual Machine. PVM stands for Python Virtual Machine. All of you observe this clearly. No? Python Virtual Machine. PVM is existed there. Understand it clearly now. So PVM is existed here. We can understand it clearly. Next one is after completion of this, another thing is like which one here? This is JVM, its points here. Now few more points here I'm telling to you regarding this Java. Guys, now I'm asking one question to you from this diagram here. Now tell me what exactly the responsibilities of JVM in Java. Now tell me what are the responsibilities of JVM in Java. Two responsibilities are given. What are the two responsibilities of JVM there? Now tell me no. Two responsibilities of JVM are like which one? Two things. What are the two things here? No. First one is which one? Translation. Second one is which one? Execution. Conversion and execution. I can say simply translating bytecode from translating our code program from bytecode to native code. After converting it to the local operating system representations, we are able to say it's a native code. So translating bytecode to native code is one responsibility. Executing that native code is another responsibility. Right, sir. Good. All of you observe this clearly. So the point I'm going to give clarity now. Right. Now here I'm telling to you, Java is platform independent programming language because of JVMs only. Because of JVMs only. But please remember this, all of you. But JVM is a platform dependent. But JVM is platform dependent. Java is platform independent programming language because of JVMs only. But JVM is a platform dependent. But JVM is like which one there? Platform dependent. Java is platform independent, but JVM is which one? Platform dependent. Right, sir. Single JVM. Yes, that's the question here. And again, I'm asking one more question to you. I think some of you are having still doubt on it. Come on, guys. Now in this example, now I'm telling to you how many JVMs are available. Overall, 4 times I'm executing my program there. How many JVMs are available here? Only one JVM or 4 JVMs. We are using single JVM for all the operating systems, or depending on operating system, we are using a separate JVM. Come on, guys. Now give answer for my question there. Is that single JVM or 4 JVMs? 1 JVM or 4 JVMs? Right, sir. Answer for this question is which one? 4 JVMs, not single JVM. 4 JVMs here we have used it. 4 JVMs here we have used it. Not a single JVM. 4 JVMs here we are using it. Why, sir? How can you say 4 JVMs here we are using there? No, answer is like which one? JVM is not platform dependent. JVM is not platform dependent. JVM is a platform dependent. JVM is not platform independent. Please remember this point. So here we require a JVM on Linux, a separate JVM is required. We require a JVM on Unix, a separate JVM is required. We require a JVM on Mac, a separate JVM is required. Another JVM is required on Windows. Why? Because whenever we are executing our program, we require Java software. The Java software, inside this Java software, JVM must be which one? The local operating system specific JVM. Based on the operating systems here, we require separate JVM. So right answer is 4 JVMs here we are using, not single JVM. So which operating system is your operating system at present? Now we have to install corresponding operating system specific Java software only we have to install. At the time of downloading Java software, Oracle website is giving clarity. What is your operating system? First identify this. My operating system Windows 10. Yes, as per Windows, we have to download one Java software. Similarly, we are having like which one there? No, operating system specification is available while downloading our Java software. That's why Java programming language is a platform independent, but JVM, Java C, all these components are which one? Platform dependent. Totally, not only this JVM, not only Java compiler, a complete Java software, total Java software is which one? Platform dependent. This is what exactly the analysis in the case of this Java. Here I want to give one conclusion, sir. With respect to this Python, I want to give one conclusion here. What is that conclusion? Altogether, whatever it may be, without JVM or with JVM, that doesn't matter. Only what I identified here in a Java, we are able to execute single program on multiple operating systems. Multiple operating systems without having single change. Without having changes in program, without having changes in our program. Right, sir. So here we are executing our program without having any changes in our program. So this type of nature is nothing but like which one here now? Right, sir. Is nothing but like which one here now? Platform independent programming language. Here in Java, we are able to execute single program on multiple operating systems without having changes in our program. That's it. This is what exactly the conclusion here we require with respect to the Python. Good, sir. Good. Up to now, for deciding platform dependent and platform independent, we have taken the conclusion like which one, where we compiled our program and where we executed our program. On the basis of that, we have given some reasons exactly where we compiled program and where we executed that program. On the basis of that, we have clear-cut reasons we have given there. But now, if we compare this Python, in the case of Python, there is no separate process for compilation. Just everything is going in at runtime. Everything is going on at execution only. In the case of Python, we don't have any separation at our like which one there no compilation process separated and execution is separate. No, such kind of things are not available in the case of Python. Okay, fine. But if compilation is not available, then how can we justify Python is like which one? Python is a platform independent programming language. For that purpose, the definition here what I've given for platform dependent and platform independent. What is the point here I said to you? In the case of this platform independent, if you observe this, in the case of platform dependent, if you observe this is platform independent. Right, sir. Platform dependent, if you observe this, every time I'm giving one conclusion. What was the conclusion here I'm giving, sir? Now observe this clearly, no? This conclusion, if we can understand it, no? Here we are unable to execute same program on multiple operating systems without having change. That's why C and C++ are which one? Platform dependent. In the case of C, I given this conclusion. That means if the program is executed on multiple systems, multiple operating systems without having change, then it is called as which one? Platform independent. But here in the case of C and C++, we are unable to execute the same program on multiple operating systems, so it is not possible. That's why C and C++ are platform dependent. But in the case of Java, what was the conclusion here I've given this? Now observe this clearly, no? Here in Java, we are able to execute single program on multiple operating systems. In the case of Java, single program, we are able to execute single program on multiple operating systems without having changes in our program. So this Java is like which one? Platform independent programming language. Same conclusion I'm going to take in the case of this Python. In the case of Python, I'm telling you, this is my required conclusion, guys. To understand this point, only I've given all the C and Java and all these points, but try to understand it. Here, my required conclusion is which one? Python is a platform independent programming language. Why? Because what is the reason for it? We are able to run a single Python program. We are able to run a single Python program without having changes. We are able to write a single Python program on multiple operating systems. Without having changes. That is possible. But how it is possible? Then how we are able to do that? Right, sir. Now here I'm able to give some conclusions to you. Now try to understand this conclusion also. Just I will give one simple diagram. Just our awareness purpose, I'm giving the diagram, but single statement is sufficient. But I want to give some diagram here. Try to understand it clearly. All of you guys, put more concentration here. This is related to our Python. We require this awareness. Say for example, this is my computer. This is my computer. Another computer. Overall, 3 computers care have taken. Okay, good. And 3 computers here, what we are doing there? We can understand it here. We have an operating system, another operating system, another operating system. 3 machines and which are having different operating systems are existed. Right. So now I want to give names for these operating systems also. I'll go for like which one, Windows, and this is like which one here, Linux, and this is for example Mac. That's it. Number of operating systems are available. Now here, what I have done there, we installed Python software. This is Python software, and this is exactly Python software. This is also a Python software. Yes, how we install this Python software, I'm giving much clarity to all of you. This is which one? Windows based Python. Windows based Python software. Similarly, this is like which one here? Linux based Python software. Now this is like which one here? Mac based Python software. Right. So Windows based Python software, Linux based Python software, and Mac based Python software, these are existed clearly. All of you observe carefully. Inside this Python software, first what we are having here, a converter is existed. This converter is like which one here? I want to give name. This converter is like which one? Source code to bytecode converter. Source code to bytecode converter maintained by which one? Python software. Source code to bytecode converter. This converter is existed. Up to this, we are not getting any problem. Same converter is required in all the cases, sir. You can observe this clearly. Similarly, we can observe this. Here also we can observe this. Okay, fine. Right, sir. It is existed. In all the cases, source code to bytecode converter. Converter is available, bytecode is generated. Good. Now inside this, PVM is available. This is PVM. All of you observe this clearly. In every case, PVM is existed. Is also be PVM. Okay, fine. Now just I want to say this is PVM. This is PVM. Of course, this is Windows based PVM. This is Linux based PVM. And this is like which one? Mac based PVM. Python virtual machine is available. Now inside this Python virtual machine, what happened there? Here also 2 points are existed. First one is like which one? Translating bytecode to native code. Translating bytecode to native code. Or else might be here. I will write it. Bytecode to native code. So which native code? Windows based native code. It able to perform this one. This translation is going on. This is one thing. Next one is like which one? Executing native code through an interpreter. To execute this native code, we are going to use which one? Interpreter. Here also we require the same thing. Bytecode to native code conversion and executing that native code. Here also we require the same thing. Observe this clearly. Bytecode to native code and executing native code. These are the responsibilities of which one? PVM. So that PVM is available with respect to the Windows operating system. PVM is available with respect to Linux. PVM is available with respect to which one? Mac. Good, sir. Now this is our total setup. This is Python software. Now I prepared my Python program. I prepared my Python program. All of you observe this clearly. This is my Python program. This is exactly my Python program. We can understand it clearly, no? This is like which one here? .py file. So I want to run this on which one, you know, this Windows operating system and Windows based Python. Right, sir. Now here we are able to use like which one here? .py, same program. Right, sir. Same thing. I want to run on like which one, you know, other operating system. Same program. No changes on my program. Same as is. Same program I will copy and paste to which one they know on my Linux. VirtualBox I'm going to prepare in a single system. In a single system I can go for like which one here, or else maybe 3 systems I have taken, 3 operating systems I have taken, corresponding Python software here I provided there at each and every machine. Then program I prepared in one operating system, I copied the same program through my pen drive. I'll go to all the other systems, I'll copy the same program on all the other operating systems. And directly I started execution here. And fine, successfully my programs are executed in all the cases now. Without having any change, just we executed our program in all the cases. Same program, the same whatever the program I prepared, same program I executed on Windows. There I have seen some results. Then after once if I completed that, then I will execute the same program. I will send the same program to like which one, you know, Linux. There also we executed it. Here we are able to get output. Now here similarly the same program I copy to like which one here, Mac operating system. There also I can execute it. Then if you have any multiple operating systems in our systems, or if you have multiple operating systems with our separately, then we can check this process here. Then successfully we are able to execute it. All Python programs are executed individually without having any change. Same program on multiple operating systems can. So this condition is sufficient to say Python is like which one, you know, platform independent programming language. So we can run our single Python application on multiple operating systems. How it is possible? How it is possible to execute in multiple operating systems now? What is going on inside the Python software? In a Python software, there is a tool to convert the source code to into which one they know bytecode. Source code to bytecode conversion is going on. .py file to .c Python file. We are able to get compiled Python file. We are able to see. We are able to get it. Internally compilation is going on. Everything is going on at runtime only. Understand it clearly. Internally it is going on there. Then whenever this conversion is going on there internally, after getting this bytecode, then PVM will take that bytecode. First PVM will convert that bytecode to native code, which is related to operating system. Then once we are getting this native code, just executing that native code. But that's it. This is what exactly the meaning of like which one PVM. So the same work is going on at each and every application. So just we prepared one .py file. We can run it on like Python, Windows based Python, and we can run it on Linux based PVM. We can run it on Mac based PVM or Python. So same program we can run on multiple operating systems without having any changes. So this nature is nothing but like which one can know. This nature is nothing but like which one can know. Python, and it's a platform independent programming language. Good. Now I'm asking one question here, guys. Observe this clearly. Inside the PVM, guys, all of you observe this. One more point I'm telling to you. Inside the PVM, please recognize this. Inside the PVM, we will take the responsibility of converting bytecode to native code and executing that native code. Of course, PVM is responsible for it, but my question is, inside the PVM, who is responsible for translating bytecode to native code and executing that native code? If we come for this particular point here, now I'm giving answer for this question. Responsible person inside this PVM, not only in the case of PVM, maybe in the case of Java also. In Java and in the case of PVM, converting bytecode to native code and executing that native code is the responsibility of which one can know? interpreter. Is the responsibility of like which one? Interpreter. Everybody has to understand my point here. So this is the responsibility of which one? Interpreter. Of course, inside the PVM, too many number of components are available. One of the component is which one? Interpreter. Everybody has to understand it. Not the OS. OS is totally here. This is operating system. You can observe this clearly. Our operating system is available at which location here? We have to recognize this now. Your operating system is existed like which one here? At which location there? Here, this is your operating system. This is your OS. This is your OS. Of course, it is available in our system there, along with our hardware. So these are the operating systems. Operating system is not doing any conversion or anything here inside this Python program. Inside the PVM, everything will be taken care by which one? PVM. Right, sir? That PVM will convert bytecode to native code and executing that native code. That's it. That is the job of this PVM. And inside this PVM, who will do that? Interpreter will do that. Interpreter will do that. That's it. This is what exactly the meaning of like which one, you know? Right, what exactly the meaning of executing our Python programs with our content? Yes, all of you are understanding it or not? Almost all similar nature, similar behavior is available. JVM and PVM both are having almost all same behavior. JVM and PVM both are having almost all same behavior. We have to observe this clearly. Same functionality and same behavior internally. Good guys. Now this is the awareness that we have to understand. How Python is platform independent programming language. Guys, I'm asking one question to all of you now. Try to answer for it. What's my question now? Now tell me, Python is a platform independent programming language or not? Come on guys, everybody has to give answer for my question. Python is a platform independent programming language or not? Yes, Python is platform independent programming language. That's very clear. Now tell me, Python is platform independent programming language because of PVM only. But what is this PVM? Is that PVM is a platform dependent or platform independent? Is that PVM is platform dependent or platform independent? PVM is which one? Platform dependent or platform independent? Platform dependent only. That's fine. Good answers. All of you are giving same answers there. So finally the conclusion is which one? Python is platform independent programming language, but PVM is which one? Platform dependent. Not only PVM, the total Python software is platform dependent. Come on guys, the total Python software is platform dependent. Not only PVM, total Python software is which one? Platform dependent. Understand it clearly now. Right, so just I'm able to show one point here. Then to say Python is platform, that means Python software is a platform dependent software. Then to say that, I will give one more point here. Right, now let me check this. I'll go for like which one here? Google. Just I want to go for like which one here? And now here, what I will do there? Simple. Just I want to type like which one here? Python downloads. If you observe this Python downloads, www.python.org website is available where downloads part is available. Open it. If you open this now, here what we are getting, sir, just observe this clearly. Download latest version for Python. That is Python 3.8.2. That's okay, good. Now here, just immediately in the bottom we are getting a message looking for Python with a different operating system. Python for Windows, Python for Linux or Unix, Python for Mac, OS X or other. Like this is available. Observe this clearly. Here we are getting a message now. Absolutely. Java is also a platform dependent software. Java language is programming language is platform independent, but Java software is which one? Platform dependent. Right, sir. Good. Next one is the next one is like which one? Then apart from that, so if we observe this downloads part here, insert this downloads part here, if you observe this clearly, source code, not like that. Windows operating system is available, Mac, OS, other platforms. If you click on this one, for example, Windows, then Windows related Python software here we have to download. Like all these things, all these are like related to which one? They know Windows related software here we have to download. Understand my point here. Then similarly, if you want to go for some other Mac then Mac related operating system, Mac related Python software skill we have to download. All these are related to which one? Mac. For example, just I will go for like which one, other platforms. If I click on these other platforms, then MartBit has given some other different platforms. It has given there. Other platforms, AIX, something else, IBM I, something else, iOS and iPad OS, Python for iOS SmartBit is a newer one. Previously, it was not existed here. Now it is existed here. Python is top. It's a complete development environment for writing Python scripting, including third-party libraries and system integration on your iPad or iPhone. Up to this iPhone, it has given support there. Python is for some other gear, Solaris, like this VMX and different. Python is available for Linux also there. Here we can understand it, alternative Python packages for Linux. So then see, these many things are existed here. How these many things are existed here, if we come for this point, answer for this question is clearly Python is a platform independent programming language, but Python software, PVM and everything inside this Python, then that software, it's totally that software is nothing but like which one is a platform dependent. That Python software is like which one? Platform dependent. So these are the various points that we are able to understand clearly. As in some people are asking if the same scenario is available in Java and Python, but how can you differentiate Java and Python here? But I'm telling you clearly. Say for example, in a C programming language, int I is equal to 10 I declared. In Java also, int I is equal to 10 I declared. You want to say both C and Java both are same? Come on guys, you have to answer for this question. Those who asked this question to me. In both the programming languages, same instruction is available. Can I say C and Java both are same? Can I say C and Java both are same? Right, Vishwanath Kumar Chopra, I'm asking to you only this question. No. So maybe one or two features may be same between all programming languages. Because of that reason, we can't say the total programming languages are same. So in this context may be similar. But if you go for some other context, now what are the some other contexts here? For example, I'm telling to you, garbage collector is available in Java, but garbage collector is available in Python. Both are having different functionalities. Both are not having same functionalities. Different functionalities are available. In the case of Java, at the end of the Java program, and JVM is not performing destruction of all the objects. When JVM is closing, then it is performing that. But in the case of Python, exactly at the end of the program, that all the objects are destroyed. This difference is available. This is one of the difference. Like this, a number of differences are available. Moreover, in the case of this PV, in the case of JVM, JIT compiler component is available to boost up JVM performance. But in the case of Python, such kind of components are not existed. How can we say both are same now? Understand it clearly now. So then, in one or two aspects, similarities are existed between programming languages. Because of that reason, because of that aspects, we cannot decide then both are same programming languages. We are not having any differences now. But other aspects here, we have to take the count. If you want to say two programming languages are same, other aspects also we have to take. A number of aspects are available. In remaining aspects may be different. So then the programming language might be different, and because of that other aspects, no. In one or two aspects, maybe it may be same. Because of that same aspects in one or two cases, no, we cannot decide that programming languages are same. Guys, understand it? What I'm telling to you. No response, guys. Basically, the people, those are asking questions, they are not responding. There's a problem. So given this much of explanation for whom, but they are not responding. What I have to understand now? Vishwanath Kumar, then you asked to me the question clearly. I think Java is also platform dependent. So it's not like that. What you asked there? What special advantage do we have in Python by having source code converter when compared with Java? The related answer I have not given, I think so, right? The source code converter. In the case of Java, source code conversion is going on at compilation time. At compilation time, the source code conversion is going on. But in the case of Python, that source code conversion is going on. Everything is at what time? There no runtime. Inside this Python software, some components are going on. In the runtime environment, the source code conversion is going on. But in the case of this Java, source code conversion is going on. At the same time, error checking is going on. But in the case of like Python, We will check the errors actually. Then PVM will check the errors, not source code, not at the time of source code conversion. The PVM will check that. So like this, number of differentiations are available there in this case now. Understand it? What I said to you. See, like this, a number of differences are available. Just only one of the difference here I said to you clearly. The point is like which one? Not only source code conversion, and in the case of this Java, along with the source code conversion, a number of things are done by this compiler. There is a separate process. Compilation is a separate process. But in the case of Python, what happened there? No separate process for compilation. The source code conversion is only be performed by PVM internally, but error checking and everything would be done by which one? Interpreter. Error checking is done by interpreter in the case of Python, but error checking is not done by interpreter in the case of Java. Who is doing that? The compiler is doing that. Yes? No response. Okay, fine. See, Vishwanath Kumar, you are not understand my point exactly. See, by having source code converter internally, everything we are keeping at runtime. Everything we are doing at runtime. No separate process for compilation. That is the difference between Java and Python. That source code converter is coming at runtime in the case of Python. In the case of Python, the source code converter is coming at runtime. So almost all, then the starting point of this class, almost the last half an hour, I'm discussing the same point. Even I shown clearly two diagrams here. What you understood from these two diagrams now? If you observe this is a Java here. Source code. This compilation is nothing but which one? Source code conversion only. This is going on. Compilation is mainly for which one? .java to .class. Source code conversion to which one? They know. Bytecode here. This is going on. In the case of Java, this is at what time? Compilation. Then immediately I said to you another diagram here I given clearly. In the case of Python, everything is going on in the case of Python and PVM. Then that means everything is going in at runtime. No mechanism at compilation time here. But conversion is required. That's why that conversion is putting at runtime only. Understand it? This is the basics only. These are very basics only. Then automatically, along with my diagrams and along with my explanation, you might be understand automatically. Right? Is it clear too? Is it clear to all of you guys? No response. Right. That's okay. Good. So okay guys, now this is the story about like which one? Platform dependent and platform independent content there. And today, so tomorrow I will go for the remaining points here. Then a few more differences are available. We'll discuss about that few more differences on tomorrow. Thank you guys. Thanks a lot. We'll check this content there. Right, sir. Python plus take the timings from 4:30 to 6. Okay. Bachu Gopi Sharan, it's okay. That is your comfortableness. But what about my 4 to 5 o'clock Python class? What about my 4 to 5 o'clock Python class? Can I cancel it? Yeah. Now, sir, can we have mic enabled for better interaction? So nearly more than 100 members are available, sir. Then how can I make all enable for all the members now? If I allow like this case, that sessions are not going on smoothly. Initially, we started the same thing, but what happened there? The situation now, then all the members are talking at a time, so they are unable to do that. Right. See, I don't want to change the timing, guys. And once you go with Sharon, then if you have any problem with the timing, just better to contact with admin people. They may arrange for some other classes there by some other faculty member. But this time is fixed. Why? Because I have I have classes like which one here? 3 to 4 and 4 to 5, 5 to 6, 6 to 7:30, and 7:30 to like 8:30, some other 8:30 to 9:30. I have classes there. So might be these many classes are available. I'm unable to shift these classes. I'm unable to change these classes now. Classes timing will be perfect. Right, sir. Understand? This is one thing here. Okay, fine. Right. And other thing is which one? Interactive session is not possible, guys. Why? Because so I'm able to provide this interaction for everybody, then the class is not going on. Moreover, see, if I put some interaction with the people there, just today almost last 10 to 15 minutes of time, just we are discussing about only one point. That syllabus is not going on smoothly. Understand it clearly now. So because of this reason only, we are sharing that videos and everything to all of you guys. So why? Because then if I put some discussion here inside the classes now, it's going to be extended. The durations, within the durations, we are unable to complete our syllabuses there. Right, sir. If you are getting any like what I'm telling there doubts now, anyway we are sharing that videos. Try to check 1 or 2 times. Already I given some Google Classroom code. I will give there. There we can post the doubts. Then whenever I'm free now, just I can check the doubts and I can give as early as possible. I'm able to give that response to all of you. So this is only the channel I'm providing there. But apart from that, we are not going to conduct any interactive sessions now. Just moreover, I'm giving option to you, question box option I'm giving here. If you have any doubt, just we can just keep the doubts on the question box. Time to time I'm able to check. I'm able to give answers max. Right, sir. Every time I'm going to see your messages there, and every time I'm able to give that marks now. So they are the services, guys. That's it. But apart from that, if you are expecting max in the sense, then up to my level is not possible. Think about it. Interactive sessions are may not be possible. Think about it. So Django versus REST API in just 2 minutes now. Yeah, Django is like what I'm telling there is a web framework majorly to prepare web applications. REST API is a web services. Web services in the sense that means web services. Web services in the sense like which one? Putting communication between multiple technology applications and sharing some details from multiple technology services. That is totally different. Yeah. Right, guys. That's okay. Good. That's fine. And apart from that, so Google Classroom code, and Vishwanath Kumar, is it your first class or have you attended any other classes previously? Then is that today is the first class or previously have you attended these classes now? Means that right from starting point, are you attending these classes? Yeah. I think I haven't created any Google, that means Google Classroom channel. I think so I created, right? Otherwise I'll create, is this today is the first class for you, right? Yeah, created already. There I'm going to give that all these posts now. Just we can check with that. I think so already created that Google Classroom there. There we can use all the things. What are the things I'm going to be provided there? See, then if you have any doubt there, just try to post there. Then maybe as well as possible, I will check the status and I'm able to give some answers for it. Yeah, already created Python 5 p.m. Right, yes, I'm going to give that text document I'm sharing to you. Python and platform independent or dependent. These two things I'm going to be shared today. Right. And platform dependent, platform independent, already shared the document previously. Right, sir. Just here we can post for it. Guys, and yesterday I gave an explanation about this total, how to, and give information there, just how to open it. Here there is a comment section is available. We can post our doubts there, just I will check it max. Okay, fine. Right, sir. Here we are getting some comments there. At least give that comments in the respective classes. No, just I can give that content here. But comments in the sense technology, technical doubts, max. Right, sir. Thank you. Okay, guys, that's fine for today, and we'll meet on tomorrow. Then tomorrow we'll see the remaining content. Thank you, guys. If you're any of you are waiting for course, just wait few minutes of time. I'll come back.